What up guys, how you guys doing? I'm Talis and we're back with another how to slice. In today's how to slice video, we're gonna be checking out some awesome puzzles. So let's go to the video. So this is the penguin puzzle. As you can see, this is a really nice model. We got right here 3 parts. So this is the primary color, this is the secondary color, and this is the tertiary color. So as you can see, you can be printing this model in different colors to get a really nice effect. As this is a puzzle, you can be printing each part in different color, and when you assemble, you're gonna get a really nice multicolor result. So let's go to the print settings. Over here in the print settings, you can be printing at different layer height. In this video, I'm gonna be showing you a 0.16 millimeter value. As this is a really small model, by reducing the layer height, we're gonna have more layers to print. It's gonna take more time to print, but we're gonna have a finer and better quality. You can be changing this value to whatever you may like. At 0.16, we're gonna get a balance between quality and time. Going over to perimeters, we're gonna be printing this model at 3 perimeters, just so we can get a really rigid and dense model. Going over to infill, we're gonna be printing at 10% in a gyroid infill pattern. Going over to skirt and brim, as you can see, this model does not need any brim to print. So let's go and take a look at the print, the build plate. So what is a brim? A brim is a really nice feature to increase the surface of contact to the build plate. So as you can see right here, if we take a look, let's say in, let's say this piece right here. So this is a quite tall piece. As you can see, actually, let's take a look at this one. So this one right here is a quite tall piece and doesn't have the best surface of contact to the build plate. By adding a brim, it's going to increase the surface of contact to the build plate. You do not need any brim to print this model because, as you may already be printing in PLA, it doesn't have any warping, so it tends to not have to use any brim. But if you have some bed adhesion issues, so your prints tend to unstick from the build plate, I would recommend, before trying out with any brim, I would recommend cleaning your build plate with some isopropyl alcohol or detergent, just to remove all of the dust and oils from your finger that are on the build plate, because that impacts a lot the bed adhesion. So I would recommend cleaning before adding any brim, and make sure that your printer is really well leveled and the Z offset is at a good value. Because if you're printing at a too high, so let's say you're printing your extruder and it's a little bit too high off the build plate, the filament's just gonna fall off and it's not gonna create a good layer of adhesion. So make sure that your printer is really well leveled. So you do not need any brim for this model, but if your print tends to unstick from the build plate, I would recommend adding a little bit of a brim. You can be adding a 3mm brim is enough, but I wouldn't, it's quite hard to remove brim sometimes, so I would recommend trying out without any brim first, but I would recommend adding brim if you have some bed adhesion issues, if you're a beginner and tends to have some difficulties with your prints unsticking from the build plate. So I would recommend adding brim, but this is optional. We were able to print this without any brim. I'm just going to be showing you by adding a 3mm brim what's going to happen and how it can help. Going over to support material, this model is optimized for printing, so it does not need any support material. Going over to speed, we can be printing at the standard print speed. Just make sure that your first layer is at a really good value. You can be printing at the standard print speed, especially for Lab printers. If you have some unstable prints, I would recommend reducing on small perimeters. You can be reducing to, let's say, 55mm on the Ender2 V3SC, just to guarantee that on small perimeters it's going to reduce the speed and print it perfectly with a good quality print. So make sure this is optional. You do not need to reduce this value, but it's better to print one time with a small really slow than having to print multiple times with it failing while trying to print really fast speed. So this is quite nice. So this is great. Let's go back and slice and take a look. So as you can see, we have slice. You could be printing this without any brim, but as I'm showing you right now, you can be adding a 3mm or 4mm brim just to help with some better adhesion. But feel free to change if you may like. It's going to take 11 hours and 26 minutes to print. As I have said, you can be printing at different build plates to print in different colors on your monocolor printer. So this is quite nice. If you go over to speed, you'll see that it reduces the speed while printing small perimeters. This is going to help with some really tall parts like this one and small perimeters such as this part right here that is quite small. This is going to help printing with a good quality. So grab a really nice filament that you have and print this model right now. So all of the models are ready to print. Make sure to check out stlflix.com for more models like this one, and I'll see you in another one.
I hope you guys enjoy it. Those slicing videos are an initiative from STL Academy, which is the educational project from STLFlix. So if you guys want to learn more about 3D printing, you could check our description and look at STL Academy courses. And don't forget, see you guys at the next slicing.